Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. Trying to free your mind.
Over 26 billion records exposed in what is known as the mother of all breaches. The supermassive leak contains data from numerous previous breaches comprising an astounding 12 terabytes of information. So Bob DeJanko, cybersecurity researcher and owner at securitydiscovery.com, together with Cyber News, has discovered billions upon billions of exposed records on one open instance. So Leak Lookup is a data breach search engine, and this is what they believe may have been the cause of these records to be exposed. And it says, wow, certainly we weren't expecting that publicity. Firewall misconfiguration has been fixed, and we're currently analyzing logs to determine the scope of access. At this time, we're confident that no registered user information was accessed. So Leak Lookup is claiming that the problem with this was due to a firewall configuration. So continuing on, it said the Moab contains over 26 billion records and over 38,000 folders. And cybersecurity researchers think that whoever owns this could be some malicious hacker, a data broker, or some service that works with a huge amounts of data. And cybersecurity researchers are saying that this is extremely dangerous because threat actors could leverage the data for a wide range of attacks like identity theft, phishing, cyber attacks, and unauthorized access to other people's accounts, which is the most obvious thing that most hackers would go for. So let's take a look at some of the records leaked here. It says brands with 100 million plus leak records. Again, this is all coming from cybernews.com. I will link it so you can find more information. But here you go. They have Tencent with 1.5 billion records leaked, Weibo with 504 million records leaked, MySpace with 360 million records leaked, Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, 281 million records leaked. Go on. We have stuff like Deezer, LinkedIn with 251 million records. We have MyFitnessPal. Everyone likes to track their macros and their food and fitness journey. 151 million records leaked. Canva, Baidu. I thought the MySpace one was interesting. A social media network, a lot of dormant accounts probably just sitting there that haven't been accessed in a while. So I thought this MySpace one was pretty interesting. So continuing on as we go to summary, and there's some smaller ones like Adobe, not Adobe, but Adobe's a big one, but like Dropbox with 69 million records leaked, Telegram 41 million records leaked. And it said the leak also included government organizations in US, Brazil, Germany, Philippines, Turkey, and other countries. So obviously when you have hacks like this, it's pretty common that most people would use credential stuffing attacks to access more records because it's pretty common. A lot of people like to use the same passwords for multiple logins. So with a breach like this, if a hacker were able to get a hold of all of these records, it wouldn't take much effort for somebody to take the password to Bob's Netflix account, and then also somehow that works to get into his other streaming apps and probably even some private accounts at the same time. So the closest we've ever had to a leak of this big was one about 3 years ago that only contained 3.2 billion records. So that wasn't even 12%, only 12% of what the record we've gotten in 2024. So this is just another example to just use strong passwords, enable multi-factor whenever you can. Keep an eye out for those random phishing links. If it says your account is compromised, if you log into your account separately, if it's really compromised, you'll probably see a notification telling you the same thing. Be wary of all links and attachments and files. Just be mindful of what you click. Like I say again, the best thing to do is don't click on anything. Use your own link. Open things up in a separate tab, especially when you are looking for emails. If you have a habit of using the same passwords across multiple accounts, consider changing that immediately. And if you see that you use a lot of these accounts that are leaked, and you know you have not changed your password in a while, it may be time to change it. If you're a business person, if you're somebody who is always looking for the next great job on LinkedIn, or you're constantly on Twitter, or I guess if you still use MySpace, apparently, take a look at those accounts. Make sure if you see anything like Canva or MyFitnessPal, Adobe, Zing, any of these things that you don't even use anymore, I would make sure that some of this stuff is disabled. Make sure these accounts are deleted. Deezer, Twitter, if you're not using any of this stuff, if it's still an active record, you can still log into it. If there's no reason for you to have it, take the proper steps to get it deleted as soon as possible. But I will put this link in the description box, because you can also search for not just those main sites, but there are also tons of sites here that may have been breached in the last year or so, and you can check and see if there's any URLs here that you access, and you can take steps to secure your account. But look at all these sites. This is an insane breach. But let me know in the comments what you think about this. Are you wary of your passwords? Do you use a lot of these accounts? Have you had any compromised issues in the last year or so? Thank you for watching. If you're watching this on Rumble, Odyssey, or YouTube, I greatly appreciate it. If you could like and share to hack the algorithm, I'd appreciate it. Thank you and take care.